Hey everybody, Rosematter here. Welcome to part 25 of my Fate Stay Night Heavensfield Let's Play. We are heading towards the end very shortly, I assume. So now with Tosaka and Ryder, which is very important, we have a fighting chance to stop Sakura from birthing the final servant and ending the world. And we did manage to take out Saber, shockingly. It was actually Shirou who was the one who put the finishing blow on Saber after teaming up with Ryder and using up almost all of my magical energy. So, like, Shirou's not doing well. He probably is, like, just about to die, use up all of his energy. And Tosaka is doing her best with Sakura, but Sakura is just, like, she seems to be showing maybe there's a chance we can save her, but she's pretty wrapped up in the shadows and seems to hate Tosaka still. So we're gonna hope that maybe Shirou can come in and help out. Maybe we can save Sakura. I know that there is the two routes, or the two endings, so we're gonna go for the regular ending first and then the true ending. I'm guessing we're probably going to be like 2 episodes before we're completely done. We'll see how things go. So anyway, guys, let's get back into it. I'm super excited to see how, you know, it's going to go from here. So let's go. The black wave closes in. Spreading its arms to block its prey's escape, it attacks as a tidal surge.
It's left fly! Werkzeug!
But the golden flash of light forbids the giant's existence. 6 already, Rin has cut down the endless barrage of dark curses. The surprised one is Mato Sakura, the master of the shadows. It's a natural reaction. Each of the black giants is a match for the noble phantasms wielded by servants. For Tosaka Rin, even one giant should be an avatar of inescapable death. But she has struck down 6 already. She killed every one of them with a single blow. And running up to the cliff now, she eliminates the 7th with one stroke of her dagger.
そんなはず。やつ。満員しちゃって鈍つつい。しつこい。けべえ、つばいへんだ。
The gem sword blazes with light. The colorless blade emits 7 prismatic colors, extraordinary power surging from its core.
It's left fly! 配列あるべ!
It bathes the cavern in bright golden light. Destroying the last of the shadows in her way, Tosaka Rin reaches the top of the cliff. Mato Sakura stands before her. The black girl stares with surprise at her older sister's arrival.
そんなはず。
At the sound of her voice, numerous shadows rise up. Their number is incomparable to before. Is it Sakura's impatience, or did the things behind her sense the risk to their master? The magical energy emitted against the mere human called Tosaka Rin is over 100 million in numerical value.
また大盤振る舞いね。教会の人間がいたらそっとするわよ。それだけの貯蔵量があれば、向こう100年は一部門を永続できるってね。それを切り伏せる姉さんは何ですか？私が引き出せる魔力は姉さんの何千倍です。姉さんには一人だって私を消す魔力なんてないのに、どうして？
She's like, I'm just built different, sis.
どうしても何も純粋な力勝負をしてるだけよ。私は呪いの解除なんてできない。単に影を作り上げているあなたの魔力を私の魔力で打ち消しているだけ。
I just love.
そんなの見てわからない？
Almost no matter what situation Rin is in, she just seems so almost passive about it. Like, she's just having a normal conversation. She barely ever seems like she loses her cool. Like, even shit-talking during, you know, fights where she has the disadvantage. I love her.
それが嘘だって言ってるんです。姉さんにはそれだけの魔力はない。いいえ、さっきから何度も放っている光はまる。
The greatest servant, the light of Saber's noble phantasm, Excalibur. Oh shit. So is the gem light, did they basically use, is it like Excalibur level power in that gem? Tosaka did say that this was like the one weapon that would kind of like be on the same level.
その件ですか。考えられない。
Yeah, okay.
それはセーバーの宝具の力を真似ている。
The game has probably already mentioned the fact that it's like copying Saber's noble
影
phantasm.
を殺すだけの限定武装。
It's nice to know even in a way, Saber, if she's not with us anymore, her power in a way is still helping us.
は？ちょっとそんなこともわからないの？あなた今まで何を習ってきたのよ、さくら。バカにしないで。だってそうでなくっちゃ説明が。説明も何もない。これはセイバーの宝剣のコピーでもないし、影殺しの魔剣でもない。これはね、さくら、遠坂に伝わる宝石剣でゼルレッジっていうの。
I like Sakura's explanation more. It would be cool if it was basically like a copy of Saber's phantasm.
ゼルレッジ？あきれた。ゼルレッジの名前も知らないのね。なんか説明するのもバカらしくなってきたけど、まあ要するにあなたの天敵よ。
I mean, don't give Sakura too much, of a hard time. She was locked away in a basement for much of her life, yet having God knows what done to her. Like, cut her a little slack.
今のあなたは魂を永久期間にして魔力を生み出す第三魔法の出来損ない。そして私は無限に連なる平行世界を旅するじいさんの模造品、第二魔法のコピーキャットってこと。
Flash from the blade. Light traces the dagger's spin, obliterating Mato Sakura's guardian shadows. Not only that, light and heat, like those of a miniature Excalibur, send rumbles through the cave. It's a pure contest of magical energy. What kind of magic? No, sorcery was used. Tosaka Rin has a stock of magical energy equal to that of Mato Sakura.
近づくまでもないわね。こっちはこう見えても飛び道具だし、あんたは影に守られて出てこないし、どっちかの力が尽きるまで打ち合いをするのも悪くないわ。まああんまり続けたら私たちより先にこの洞窟が崩れそうだけど。そんな打ち合いなんて、それも嘘です。姉さんにはもうこれっぽっちも魔力なんて残っていない。その剣が何であれ、もう次の攻撃なんてできないはず。そうならやってみましょう。いいからかかってきなさい、さくら。あなたが何をしてきても私には届かない。
With Rin, sometimes you don't know if she's like actually serious about, the fact like, oh, I can beat you, or if she's just really good at bluffing.
荒領事だけど、まあ授業料って思って諦めるのね。ちょっと強くなったからってわがまま放題したこと後悔させてあげるから。まだです。エース・ベフィールド、マインハーテン、シュリーストアレス。エーステ、スバイテ、ラントフレア・シュビンデン。
Mato Sakura cannot understand what's happening. Now she summons the shadows out of fear, but the Sword of Light mercilessly eliminates them. Mato Sakura is frightened and confused. That's why she doesn't notice. The sweat on Tosaka Rin's forehead. The high cost of using the gem sword, which shreds the muscles in her arm with each swing.
ストックに関しちゃ負けないんだけど、私の
I
体が
guess
どこ
her
まで
and
持つ
Shirou are
か。
both in kind of similar positions where it's like they have a lot of power, but it's affecting their body. It's like, how long can they hold out for? Light purges the attacking shadows, but their powers are not equal. Tosaka Rin and Mato Sakura. The difference in their power is still the same. Mato Sakura's stock of magical energy reaches 1 trillion. As it cannot be used within a lifetime, it could be called an infinite supply.
どうして私は誰よりも強くなって
So what Rin can hope to do is like just basically put her off balance enough that maybe she can get an opening or something before Sakura just overwhelms her.
もう誰にも叱られなくなった。なのにどうしていきなりそんな都合よく私に追いつくんですか。姉さんの魔力じゃ私に飲まれるしかないのに。
It would have been nice to see, well, nice is maybe not the right word for it, but interesting to see, like, in the bad end I got, where, like, it was just basically said, like, off screen that Saber went and took out Tosaka. Otherwise, she would have won. I mean, it would have been quick. Saber would have basically just come out of, like, the goo or whatever, the shadows, and just, like, probably took her out with one blow, but it would have been interesting to see it from the other side.
それが間違いだっていうのよ。いくらデタラメな貯蔵があったってそれを使うのは術者でしょ。わかる？どんなに水があったって外に出す量は蛇口の大きさに左右される。マトウサクラっていう魔術回路の瞬間放出量は1000弱。ならどんなに貯蔵があっても一度に放出できる魔力は私とさして変わらない。だから私が用意するのはあんたと同じ貯蔵量じゃなく毎回1000程度の魔力でいい。そんなバカみたいに肥大した魔力なんて持っていても宝の持ち腐れよ。
The line of light is swung. If 1,000 light is smashed against 1,000 shadow, the powers will certainly cancel each other. But Tosaka Rin's magical energy doesn't even reach 100. The contradiction, it doesn't need to be said, her sword creates the competition that should not be possible. A sword of light that releases 1,000 units of magical energy with each attack and replenishes even more. It's not using Tosaka Rin's magical energy. She is merely collecting the mana saturating this cavern and releasing it through the gem sword. Ode is the energy within a magus, while mana... I would say, I always feel like I switch with mana. It's mana, mana, mana. Well, mana is energy within the air. It's self-evident, which is stronger. As Rin is inferior to Sakura, the only thing she can rely on is the mana in the air. True, the mana in this cavern reaches 1,000. It would only be once, but with the mana's help, she would be able to eliminate a giant. But there'd be nothing left after that. Air holds a finite amount of power, just as with humans. When the mana runs out, it takes a long time to be replenished. Tosaka Rin can only oppose Mato Sakura once in this world, but that being the case, consider for a moment. What if another cavern existed here? That would mean she could oppose her enemy one more time. And what happens if something can make that if into reality? Parallel worlds. What are we talking about with parallel worlds now? What would happen if one could open a hole into a parallel world and pull out the unused mana from the cavern?
So, よそから魔力を引っ張ってるのはあんただけじゃない。けど勘違いしないでよね。私のはそんな無駄に増えたものじゃない。私はあくまで並行して存在するここから魔力を拝借してるだけ。合わせ鏡に映った無限の平行世界から毎回1000ずつ魔力を集めて力任せに切り払ってるのよ。
I did not see parallel worlds on the bingo card here. The girl, drawing a massive supply from the Great Holy Grail, gasps.
そんなデタラメ。わかった、さくら。 そっちが無尽蔵ならこっちは無制限ってこと。
Gem sword Zelrech. It's a miracle that makes a path in between Infinite's parallel worlds. That is the sword's only ability. An equipment that creates a small opening too small for humans to pass and looks into another possible world. The dagger has no function to amplify magical energy, nor does it have the power to create energy when swung. But its sole ability is enough. She merely needs to pull unused magical energy from the next cavern after she uses up the energy in this one. She can move on to the next one after that, then next after. Then next after, next after, next after, next. There is no end to the parallel worlds. The possibility of opposite mirrors are infinite. Therefore, limitless. Even if Rin's capacity is only 1,000, it doesn't matter. An inexhaustible supply and an infinite supply, because the powers of their magic circuits are equal. The two magi are equal. Damn, all I can think is like, why did Rin never use this gem sword in, the previous routes to win? I know she like needed Shirou to be able to do. It's like the circumstances of this of route have probably led her to the gem sword. But I'm like, damn, what a pocket thing to have, like thing in the back of your pocket to be able to rely on if you need to. Another rumbling echoes through space. Rin's gem sword not only destroys the shadows. Its excessive force slowly brings the cavern towards its collapse. When that happens, the altar and the Great Holy Grail will be destroyed as well. Sakura will lose if she continues fighting. Even if she attacks until Tosaka Rin tires, the room will cave in shortly thereafter. Shadows stop. She must finally understand the origin of her enemy's power. Gasping for breath, Sakura glares at her older sister.
何度やっても同じよ、さくら。あなたが手に入れた力なんてその程度。舞い上がってた頭もこれで少しは冷えたでしょ。ふざけないで。そんなの不公平です、姉さん。姉さんばっかり。どうして？
The battle continues. Sakura keeps screaming even though she knows it's useless and that she's pushing herself into a corner. Along with the grudge she kept inside for a long, long time.
そうです。私は姉さんが羨ましかった。遠坂の家に残って、いつも輝いていて、苦労なんて一つも知らずに育った遠坂凛が憎らしかった。だから勝ちたかった。一度ぐらい、一度でいいから姉さんにすごいって褒めてほしかったのに。なのにどうしてそんなことも許してくれないんですか？
The older sister slashes away the oncoming shadow. Gritting her teeth, she catches a glimpse of her sister's mind.
どうしてですか？私は違ったのに。同じ姉妹で同じ家に生まれたのに私には何もなかった。あんな暗い虫蔵に押し込まれて毎日毎日おもちゃみたいに扱われてた。人間らしい暮らしも優しい言葉もかけられたことはなかった。
This is my lame ass, but what if, like, I want Tosaka to get a little bit closer and, like, just hug her and maybe say, like, I'm proud of you or something, or, like, I'm sorry that your life had to be like that. The hatred is not directed at her older sister, but...
死にかけたことなんて毎日だった。死にたくなって鏡を見るのなんて毎日だった。でも死ぬのは怖くて。 一人で消えるなんて嫌だった。だって私にはお姉さんがいるって聞かされてた。私は遠坂の子だからお姉さんが助けに来てくれるんだって。なのに姉さんは来てくれなかった。私のことなんて知らずにいつも綺麗なまま笑ってた。 惨めな私のことなんて気にせず遠坂の家で幸せに暮らしていた。どうしてですか？同じ姉妹なのに同じ人間なのにどうして姉さんだけ そんなに笑っていられるんです。
Her hatred isn't directed at her older sister. It's a blind plea to herself and to the world.
人間をやめたですって。当然です。私はもうずっと前から人間扱いされてこなかった。目も髪も姉さんとは変わっていって、細胞の隅々までマキリの魔術師になるよう変えられた。11年11年です、姉さん。マキリの教えは鍛錬なんてものじゃなかった。あの人たちは私の頭の良さなんて期待してなかった。体に直接刻んで、ただ魔術を使うだけの道具に仕立て上げた。苦痛を与えれば与えるほどいい道具になるって笑うんです。そのうち食事にも毒を盛られて、ご飯を食べることは怖くて痛いことでしかなくなった。虫小屋に放り込まれれば、ただ息を吸うことさえおじい様の許しが必要だった。
She's crying, but Rin slashes away the shadows without a word.
どうかしてますよね。でも痛くて痛くて、やめてくださいって懇願すればするほど、あの人たちは私に手を加えていった。だから姉さんみたいに頭も良くない、何でもできるわけじゃない。私にできることはこうやって自分の痛みをぶつけることだけです。
Her wounded soul, her irreparable body, and...
けどそれって私のせいですか？私をこういう風にしたのはおじい様で、魔党に売り渡したお父さんで、助けに来てくれなかった姉さんじゃない。私だって好きでこんな化け物になったんじゃない。みんなが私を追い詰めるからこうなるしかなかったのに。
But...
だからどうしたっていうのそれ。
Damn. She doesn't feel for her at all. Okay, I know I say, like, with Rin, I'm like, damn, I love how cold she can be, but in this case, I'm like, ugh. I just want her to give her a hug. Like, poor Sakura. I know she's done some horrible things, but like you said, like, she was made into this monster. I just want them to be sisters and to give her a hug. Not a single word of sympathy. That might be the true end. I might have to wait for the true end to get that sister hug.
そういうこともあるでしょう。泣き言を言ったところで何が変わるわけでもないし、化け物になったのならそれはそれでいいんじゃない？だって今は痛くないんでしょ、あんた。
Cruel approval. The girl's cries did go a bit too far, but they were just asking for warmth. But Rin denied it. She says it's right to be a monster, saying it's because she was weak. Her always perfect sister tells her the hard truth.
姉さんがそんなだから。
I mean, she's literally, like, screaming at you for, like, all I wanted was your approval. Nope. The shadow spoil up. The girl who only seconds ago was about to abandon the fight under pressure from her sister gives form to her curse and her despair.
そう。じゃあ私からも一つだけ言っておくわ。私、苦しいと思ったことは
Wait,
一
I
度もな
never
かっ
thought it was
た。
painful. Is that implying that it happened to her too? What?
大抵のことはさらっと受け流せてたし、どんなことだってうまくこなせた。だからあんたみたいに追い込まれることもなかったし、追い込まれる人間の悩みなんて興味なかった。そういう性格なのよ、私。あんまり他人の痛みがわからないの。
Once again, it's like Rin's like, I'm just built different.
だから正直に言えば、さくらがどんな辛い思いをして、どんなにひどい日々を送ってきたかはわからない。悪いけど、理解しようとも思わないわ。
Concise words. She's not lying. She just tells her younger sister the truth.
けどさくら、そんな無神経な人間でもね、 私は自分が恵まれているなんて一度も思えたことはなかったけど。
She looks straight at her. She stares back at Mato Sakura with all emotion contained in her words. She cannot understand. What did blank just say? I wasn't blessed either? Hatred dyes her brain red. She must be fooling around saying such convenient things now. Shut up.
今さら恵まれていなかったですって。
She's about to lose her mind. She's about to break down. Her sisters never looked at her. She showed off her great talent and happiness. Shut up. よくもそんな。 She never liked or hated me, who wanted everything from her but received nothing, and says she's still pure and clean. Shut up, Nei-san. I won't forgive you.
足りない。そんな言葉聞きたくない。そんな言い訳なんて聞かない。私は姉さんなんてもう。
Don't need you anymore. The girl screams as if denying her inner darkness. That is the last resistance Tosaka Rin could manage. She makes the decision she's been postponing. She wanted to wait for Emiya Shirou as long as she could, but she can't postpone it any longer. No, first of all, it was a mistake to entrust Shirou with their problem. It's Tosaka Rin's weakness against Mato Sakura.
Sakura?
Rin calls out to her calmly, as if saying hello. At that instant, Tosaka Rin finishes the battle. Oh shit, so like Shirou doesn't even do anything? Is he just gonna come too late and he comes here and Sakura maybe got killed by Tosaka and he wasn't able to save her?
Sakura?
Okay. Let's really quick check the weapon. I'm guessing that's gonna be... where is it here? The gem sword. A limited magic item that possesses the abilities of the sorcery. While it cannot open doors to parallel worlds, it allows a degree of intervention through looking between them, and it even allows for sharing of magical energy present in the air. The gem part of the name comes from the kaleidoscope appearance of its polyhedral structure. There is no need to explain why kaleidoscope is Zelret's nickname. Alright. She calls out and throws it. Her strongest weapon. She throws the sorcerer's inheritance. Oh shit, what are you doing? The whole cavern is filled with light, explosion, in the act of its own destruction. The miraculous gem sword erases all shadows. She runs straight at Mato Sakura. Sakura can't move, wincing from the light. No matter how much power she has, she's still inexperienced in battle, so it's easy to beat her when she sets her mind to it. Tosaka Rin quickly closes in. As she runs, she grasps another dagger hidden behind her back. Sakura can't react. It seems she's realized she's going to be killed, but it's too late. She's got her. She thrusts the dagger to finish her off. And realizes her own defeat. What? What? I'm dead. She understands the dagger will pierce her heart before she can dodge it. Her body tries to counterattack, but it won't make it in time. There's no fear. She's used to being hurt by others. At first I thought that voice was like Tosaka, like, oh, I can't. Wait, what? Let me see the history. Did I read that wrong? Yeah, this right here where she says she thrusts the dagger to finish her off. Oh, I can't. And realizes her own defeat. Okay, she's used to being hurt by others, and she thinks it's natural that Rin is the one doing it. But she doesn't like getting hurt, and dying scares her, so she closes her eyes. She sighs with relief. After all, when she dies, the pain will end. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did Shirou kill Tosaka right before Tosaka could kill Sakura? Because he did say, like, he's gonna kill whoever he has to protect Sakura. There's no pain, and the end doesn't come. Warmth fills her instead. The instant she realizes what it is, Mato Sakura regains her sight. Oh! There's blood, warm human blood flowing from the stomach. The blood's flowing out of her older sister whose arms are firmly wrapped around her. She... The girl asks why. Rin was definitely faster. She could have killed her, but she stopped her dagger at the last second. She hugged her!
シロウのことは言えないな。
I
私も
got the hug. I got the hug. A faint voice. It's the voice she's always dreamed of. The voice of Tosaka Rin that's relentless but warm and kind. Aw, Rin thinks to herself, it's nothing special. She just realized when it counted the most. Right when she saw Sakura up close, she realized she couldn't kill her.
バカだ、私。
She's dumbfounded. Her foolishness must be absolute as she doesn't realize it until the very last moment. She should have realized it earlier, but Rin's convinced it can't be helped.
でもしょうがないわよね。私、だらしのないやつを見てるとほっとけないしさ。きちんとした仕組みが大好きだから。
So was Rin...
頑張ってるやつには頑張った分だけ報酬がないと我慢ならないし。
What did Rin get stabbed by? Was it the gem sword exploded, right? So I'm trying to think like what got her? And first of all,
さくらのことが好きだし、いつも見ていたし、いつも笑っていてほしかったし。私が辛ければ辛いほど、あんたは楽できてるんだって信じたかった。それだけで、苦しいなんて思う暇すらなかったんだから。
she embraces Sakura with love, a once-in-a-lifetime embrace between sisters. She softly embraces her sister, who pierced her stomach, and holds her there like a treasure. Okay, so she did pierce her. Her warmth fades. There's no complaint. Tosaka Rin regrets not her death, but her inability to save her sister. I did not see it going this way. I thought that either Shirou was gonna, like, kill Tosaka to protect Sakura, or Sakura was gonna kill Tosaka. I didn't think that Sakura was gonna... Well, I guess I thought maybe Sakura would kill Tosaka, but I didn't think like this.
ごめんね。こういう勝手な姉貴で。
Or I thought maybe Tosaka would kill Sakura and then, you know, like, Shirou wasn't able to save Sakura. I don't know. I didn't see it going like this, though.
それと、ありがとう。
The ribbon!
そのリボン、
Yes!
ずっとつけていてくれて。
I knew it! I mean, it was pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious when you think about it if you watched Fate Zero. And pretty sure that Rin, she had red ribbons. And now she's got black ones. So... Oh, that's so sweet. She crumples to the altar like a falling red flower. The weight disappears. It only lasts for an instant. Her older sister disappears along with the warmth.
けどね、さくら。そんな無神経な人間でもね。私は自分が恵まれているなんて一度も。
What kind of loneliness is contained in Sakura's words? Her agony for her alone. Nobody else could understand or relieve her. There's no such hypocrisy. And at the same time, what if the girl she admired felt a loneliness nobody could understand? What would happen then? She was her ideal, someone brimming with confidence who had everything she wanted. What if her older sister were always bound by something just like her?
私。
Then, the one who's weak, the one at fault isn't her world, but her, the coward who couldn't look up. And there were people who clumsily loved her.
なのに。私が。
Where did she go wrong? She had everything. Everything she wanted was actually right there in front of her. They loved her and embraced her so kindly, but she destroyed it all herself. Her hands are still frozen in place, trying to hug someone who's no longer there. The girl, wet with her beloved sister's blood, starts to strongly curse herself. Damn. I hear sounds. A rumbling shakes the cave. The light and sound are still far off, but the cavern's creaking and trembling. Is it distant thunder? Suddenly I realize I can't recall when I've ever heard distant thunder. The dagger in my hand crumbles away as Saber disappears. It must be because I eliminated a servant, a strong familiar. The Azoth sword Tosaka created with all her magical energy crumbles away without a trace. I tighten the restraint on my left arm. I've used up most of the magical energy. What's left in Archer's arm and myself. I should be able to do more if I combine them, but I can only manage one more projection. I won't be able to suppress Archer's arm after that.
Light.
That's right. What happened to her? I get up. My body is stiff and rigid. It feels like my joints have turned into steel. I could probably repel bullets now.
Light. 無事か?
I can't walk well. I walk. Blood comes out. I pretend not to notice. It feels like a metal pipe is protruding from my leg, but I can manage to walk if I grit my teeth. Something is making a sound in the distance. It sounds like something I heard a lot as a kid. It's probably still ingrained in my childhood memories. One gets curious about a lot of things as a kid.
Rider.
I walk to the wall Ryder smashed into. She's still there, but she's covered in wounds with her magical energy almost completely depleted. She shouldn't be able to move for a while. Should have her rest.
先に行ってる。走れるようになったら来てくれ。
I murmur to Ryder and start walking.
思ったより人使いが荒いのですね。あなたは。
Oh, she's conscious. Unable to stand, she watches me in a daze.
悪いな。今は頼りきりになる。少しでも回復したら駆けつけてくれ。
ええ。すぐに行きますから。後のことは心配なく。
Ryder doesn't push herself. She knows she should start moving after she heals instead of pushing herself now. I can depend on her because she actually thinks ahead, unlike me. Right? The rumblings are coming at shorter intervals now. There's no time to waste. I drag my wounded body and follow after Tosaka. This is going to be very interesting to see how he's going to react to Tosaka. If... maybe she can be saved still? I don't know. But I feel like this is the ending where maybe Tosaka dies, but Sakura lives. And then the true end will be the one where everyone can live. Maybe even Saber. Maybe Saber can even live. Somehow. I'm breathing hard. I lean against the wall as I walk. I'm not making bad progress. My body's stiff, but it's nothing once I get used to it. Yeah, that's if Shirou even manages to make it to the end. Maybe Sakura will be the only one left alive after all this. Something comes out of my mouth. I wipe it away and pretend nothing happened. Maybe Sakura can use her magical energy to heal us up? That'd be nice. My thigh muscle goes numb and I almost fall. It's just a little numbness. My pants leg is ripped from inside and I can see a gaping wound. Desperately, I look away and walk on. I'm almost there. Warm wind hits my body.
行くぞ。
I slap my cheeks and start running. I burst out of the darkness. The familiar deserted land fills my vision. No, this isn't something I've seen. That thing didn't exist in Ilya's memory. The main cause of this ridiculous war. The guy who took Sakura from me.
受肉仕掛けてる。
Pressure and unpleasantness hits my whole body. The breathing of life tells me it's about to hatch. A flash of light and a rumble. Light came from the top of the cliff, wreaking havoc on the cavern. I don't know what's going on, but such flashy things can only come from Tosaka. Then, that means...
焦ってるんだな。お。
The distorted embryo looks at me even though it has no eyes. There's no mistake about it. He wants to come out right this second, maybe because he doesn't like how Tosaka's raging around. But his body's not ready yet. His placenta is inside, the black pillar. He can't come out until his body's completely formed. He's impatient because Tosaka is about to destroy the womb itself. And that's why he wants his body completed, even if it may be hurriedly built. He wants to be summoned into this world as a servant with a body.
ふざけろ。
I run. A desperate clash of light and shadow.
Sakura.
Once I'm close enough to tell, it's the battle between Okay, so he came in just as it happened then? The time in the cavern stops. I can only think of one possible cause of the great light. I thought he was going to come in after she had already been stabbed. Nay, son. With a childish cry, the world starts to okay. Okay, so he came in just as it happened. This isn't the destruction of the cavern walls by the light. This is destruction on a more fundamental level. The cavern is shaking because the giant shadow is trying to come out.
今のは
A chill runs up my spine. I get a bad feeling. Hearing Sakura's cry, I imagine the worst possible outcome.
遠坂。遠坂。遠坂。
I run. Panting frantically, I scramble up the cliff on all fours. The tremor doesn't stop. I hear a large boulder crash to the ground somewhere in the cavern. I don't care what's happening behind me. I run in desperation, covering myself in dirt. And my eyes are seared with the fact that I was too late.
遠坂。
The ground is shaking. I can't see Tosaka's face and she's lying face down. She looks like a large flower fallen from its stem. I raise my face, backing away from Tosaka's blood-soaked body as if fleeing is Sakura cursing her own existence.
Sakura.
ちょっと私殺しちゃった。あんなに大切にしてくれてたのに。
So there's probably no coming back from this for Tosaka, at least not in this one. Sakura's voice isn't directed at me. She's rejecting everything. Her own body covered in Tosaka's blood, her darkened self, the pillar connected to her. She's cursing everything with all her might.
私バカでした。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。こんなの辛いだけだった。ダメだって。負けるなって姉さんはずっと言ってくれてたのに。私バカだからわからなくて。
Shadow is binding Sakura. The black command spell is binding Sakura's body.
やだ。もうやめなくちゃ。でも戻れなくて。ダメ。やだ。もうこんなのはやだ。
She's refusing it. Sakura's refusing the shadow. She's hating herself, refusing the temptations from the shadow, and trying to kill herself. But she can't. Sakura's necessary as a host for the shadow. It won't allow her to take her own life. Oh shit. Maybe I'm the one who... Maybe I have to kill her in order to stop the servant from Avenger from being born. Sakura's being torn apart by both the shadow and her own guilty conscience. So, Tosaka won. Sakura regained her sanity. Tosaka chose her sister's life in the very end. Sakura is Sakura. Her heart doesn't change no matter how much the shadow swallows her. I'm the one who made her like that. This would never have happened if I hadn't gotten scared back then and scolded her. I run to Tosaka. She's still breathing. Oh, it's too early to give up.
Sakura. Tosaka は死んでいない。そうだ。死んでいない。まだ助かる。
Okay.
いや、どうあっても助けるんだ。俺とお前で助けなくちゃいけないんだ。そうだろ、さくら。
Light returns to her eyes. The restraint of the shadow loosens a bit. Her eyes focusing on us. Sakura finally sighs with relief. And frantically tries to control herself. Covering Tosaka's body with my own, I received the shadow's blow on my back.
違う先輩。私
The shadows come up behind Sakura. Damn it. He's not alive yet, but his sense of danger is first class.
分かってる。往生際が悪いガキの仕業だ。桜を取られたくないってダダをこね始めやがった。待ってろ。すぐにぶん殴って桜から引き剥がしてやる。
I start walking towards Sakura.
やめて先輩。
The shadow grazes my cheek. Damn, so badass. I just like to imagine watching this in the show, like him just walking towards her. He's all cut up, gaping wounds everywhere, but like doesn't even care. And he's got no servant or anything. It's just him. It should have cut through my neck, but Sakura's scream made it miss. I guess he has faith that she's gonna help him or protect him. She'll have control over the shadow. Clutching at herself, Sakura fights against it. Instead of disappearing, the shadows keep increasing in number. She's crying. Sakura's crying. It's not because of the pain of the shadow swallowing her. She's crying from frustration because she can't suppress herself.
先輩ダメです。私抑えきれない。Aさんが教えてくれたのに負けちゃうんです。強くなってなかった。私は弱虫で臆病でひどい人間だった。
Another step. The shadow's lance grazes my cheek.
やめて。なんで来るんですか先輩。それ以上来たら先輩を殺しちゃう。
Another step. I put my right hand on my left shoulder.
どうして。逃
How
げ
is
て。
he gonna...
逃げてください先
He's
輩。
gonna use up the last of his power.
エサを連れて逃げて。
Because that was the whole plan, right? He's gotta, like, plan it perfectly to be able to use the power of his arm to free her.
私のことなんて忘れていいです。ちゃんとここで死にますから。一人でもちゃんと死にますから。私はこんな自分これ以上先輩に見られたくない。
The shadow's pressure gets stronger with each step. My advance is hurting Sakura's body and mind.
どうして言うこと聞いてくれないですか。先輩がそれ以上近寄るなら私だって我慢しません。先輩に殺される前に私が先輩を殺しちゃうんだから。
どうしても何もない。桜をここから連れ出して遠坂を助ける。さっきそう言っただろう、桜。
I mean, Ryder hopefully will come in at some point and help out.
まだそんなことを言ってるんですか。先輩はやめてください。私は助かりません。いいえ、助かっちゃいけないんです。私は生きてちゃいけない人間だった。
Another step. The shadow hits my stomach. It didn't pierce me, it's just a strike. Sakura's intentionally trying to push me away.
ほら見たでしょ先輩。私はこういう人間なんです。今さら外には戻れないし、この子も私を離してくれない。それにもし戻れたところで私いっぱい人を殺しました。何人も何人も殺して、兄さんも殺して、おじい様も殺して、 姉さんも殺してしまった。
Only one of those people really matters. And you haven't killed her yet.
そんな人間にどうしろって言うんです。奪ってしまったものは返せない。私は多くの人を殺しました。
It feels bad for me to say
それ
when
でも
he said she's killed many
それ
people.
でも生きていけって
And
言
I
うん
was
で
like,
すか。
only one person matters. I was talking about Shinji and Zoken. I don't give a shit about them. But yes, that's right. She also has killed a lot of innocent people. I see. She can't back out now. She's trapped by crimes she can't atone for. There's no salvation. Even if it wasn't Sakura's will, those actions will haunt her forever. Even if she's released from the shadow, the darkness will remain within her. But
当然だろう。奪ったからには責任を果たせ。さくら。
I released the restraint on my left arm. The last time, I removed the red cloth that barely kept me alive. I feel faint. I have to go forward before I disappear. There are things I have to tell her.
そうだ。罪の所在も罰の重さも俺にはわからない。
The shadows lance toward my chest, shoulder, left leg, and stomach. Clank. The shadows don't pierce me, but slide off with a spark.
けど守る。これからさくらに問われる全てのことからさくらを守るよ。たとえそれが偽善でも好きな相手を守り通すことをずっと理想に生きてきたんだから。
I'll move forward. Sakura's right in front of me now.
嘘。先輩。体。
Trace on. I only think about one thing. I use every last ounce of my remaining magical energy for its projection. Will he survive this? Maybe he'll die, but then Sakura will have that on her conscience as well. The last projection. Knowing Shirou, though, he'll somehow be able to survive this and live with Sakura, and hopefully Tosaka too. I raise the dagger that breaks all contracts. I can't see her face clearly.
お仕置きだ。きついの行くから歯を食いしばれ。
I hear her gasp. Then, with a yes, Sakura holds out her chest, hoping this will be her punishment.
帰ろう、さくら。そんな奴とは縁を切れ。
And I thrust it into her heart with a single breath. She is released. The black command spell cloaking her body disappears. The contract breaker, a noble phantasm that nullifies all magic and negates the contract with a servant. Without taking Sakura's life, it destroys the contract that bound her. I can't remember, was the contract breaker, was that one that Castor had? I know she used that on Saber, but I think that was more something to like bind her, but I could be wrong about that. My vision isn't continuous, sorry. Sakura's alive. I don't know if it's reaction from being released, but she's lying on the ground like she's sleeping. Tosaka will make it too. Damn, I gotta carry both of them back? Hopefully Ryder will come here to help out. She's not bleeding anymore. She has a legitimate magic crest. The crest is the crystallization of the Tosaka family's magic. It won't let their successor die even if she's unconscious. The cavern is shaking. Angra Magno, a ridiculous curse called All Evils of the World, is writhing. Damn, even after losing its host, the Black Shadow hasn't disappeared. It has grown too large. It can come out without Sakura's help. It will emerge so long as the Great Holy Grail still exists. I'll destroy it. I'll destroy the giant magic circle and the shadow along with it. Angra Manyu's fetal activity is slowly destroying the cavern, but I don't think it'll die even if the cavern collapses. I have to destroy that thing here and now. Okay, it seems like Shirou is not. And then he said we're all gonna go home together, but I don't know, he's barely hanging on as it is. Is he gonna be able to make it out of here? Maybe Ryder somehow will be the one to destroy it? Is it possible? Yes, it's possible. I'll go as near it as I can and attack it with great force. Angra Manyu can't move as long as it's in the black fire. I'll cleave it in two before he can emerge. If there's anything capable of such a feat, it's the greatest noble phantasm I know of. Oh, is he gonna use Excalibur? My breathing stopped for a moment. There's about 100 meters to Angra Manyu. It's fine, I can walk this distance. It's just one more time. One last projection, and it's all over. It's fine, I'll be able to do it. I'll finish this off. Take the two of them above ground, and...
Shiro,
there we go.
聞こえていますか?
Someone taps my shoulder. Who is this? She can't possibly be a stranger. I know her. She looks dangerous, but I remember that she's trustworthy.
助かった。遠坂と桜を連れて外に出られるか?
Shiro?
The long-haired woman stares at me for a few seconds.
それで、あなたは?
あれを閉じてから行く。すぐ終わるだろうけど、遠坂の傷は一刻を争う。桜だって、ここにいたらあいつの影響を受けるだろう。アンリマユとやらは、懲りずに桜をマスターにするかもしれない。
承知しました。桜とリンは私が運びます。安心してください。それだけの体力は回復してきたつもりです。
頼む。なんとか二人を連れて外に出てくれ。洞窟、崩れ出してるだろ。あんたの話なら。
He kind of like faltered there as if he can't remember what. Like he's like like he can't remember what her name is.
では、二人を安全な場所に運び次第、迎えに来ます。
Maybe he knows. Like he says he's going to be able to get out of there, but does he truly believe that?
それは頼もしいんだけど、二人の手当てを優先してくれ。任せられるのはあんたしかいない。こっちはこっちで。
I think he seems
とっ
like
とと逃げるから、遠坂を直してやってくれ。
he might not make it out. I don't think this woman has any ability to heal people, but I still have to entrust her with Tosaka's life.
必ず。ですがシロ、それはあなたも同じです。桜にはあなたとリンが必要です。それを肝に銘じておきなさい。私も桜を支えるのはあなたでなければ納得できませんから。急ぎます。ご分を。
The woman in black picks them up with ease and runs down the cliff. Weaving between the falling rocks, she hurries to the exit. I don't have to worry about them now. They'll be saved if I let her take care of them. So... now I just need to take care of one more thing. My consciousness is breaking apart. A mere 100 meters becomes an impossibly vast expanse. It's only a matter of time before the cavern collapses. The ceiling is crumbling down and the ground is becoming a pile of rubble. My joints are stiff. It hurts to bend my limbs. My nerves are hot. Hundreds of blades are growing out of my body. An inescapable death by skewering. I am the bone of my sword. I already knew that. The time bomb was activated when I used projection. Its end has already been determined. I'm crumbling apart. I'll shatter if I continue. I'll shatter to pieces like so many rocks on the ground. I'll still make it. My body's dying, but I won't lose myself for about a day if I stop now. Only a day's worth of life prolongation, but right now, I'd love to have something so insignificant. Just a day, an hour, or even a minute. If I can live, I want to stay here as long as I can, no matter how miserable it may be. A crack, not outside, but inside. The nucleus accumbens in my cerebrum breaks. The part that administers the principle of behavior, the linkage to pleasure. The most important part of life. Life is the pursuit of pleasure. Without it, humans would become beasts. It's not convenient. I still want it. I want to keep my memory for as long as I can. But it's disintegrating. The pain of loss doesn't stop the memories from fading. I disappear the more I walk on. I won't make it. Even if I do make it there, I probably won't remember what I need to do. So I should stop here and wait for help.
ああ、覚えている。
But somewhere outside my body, there's a big reason.
さくら、花を見に行
Oh,
こう。
that's right. She wants to go see the cherry blossoms. So I have to fulfill my role. Time has stopped. There's no pain. I'm taking a whole day to make just one step. I forget how to breathe. There's no pain. I couldn't breathe if I had all day to do it. I lose the meaning. What was pain? Organic matter turns into inorganic substance. I manage to keep myself. I reach out for the wall to keep from falling. All the shards of my existence are gathered onto a tiny foothold. There's no way it'll support me. The foothold breaks. There's no principle of behavior. There's no meaning of behavior. There's no meaning of existence. I don't feel any fear. The meaning behind my existence disappears. I'm not alive anymore. My arms won't move for any reason.
トレース。
Words come out of my mouth. There's something still remaining even after language. Neopolium and cerebrum are lost. The body dies, but the soul remains. Spinning the 8 verses, the load transmits from the body to the soul, and more meaning is... And Emiya Shirou dies. The standing figure is no different from a machine. It's programmed to swing the sword, but it's a corpse with no desire to move. But even without human intelligence, there are machines that weave many dreams in this world. There was a promise, once winter's over, when it's spring. A recitation of words without meaning. A small hope that I remembered until the very end. Oh, all right, epilogue. Okay, so this is the end of at least this ending. And Shirou, he actually... Okay, so we're in Shirou's house. And I wake up. I don't feel tired and my body and mind are refreshed. Oh, no way. He actually made it? We should have been sleeping together, but he's not in the futon. I look at the clock and it's already 10 o'clock. How the heck did he get out of that? It's Shirou, of course. Pretending to understand, I get up. I'm surprised by how light I feel. What's wrong? All he did was make love to me, but it feels like the chains have been removed from my limbs. My body burns with heat as I recall what happened. I slept with Senpai last night. Senpai lost one of his arms after coming home from the forest, but everything's going to go well now. I feel great, so I can have Ryder do more— Wait! Hold on. Okay, so this is coming home from the forest. That was a while ago, and Ryder's still around? Nothing bad will happen now. Senpai and Nason are here. Everything is going to turn out fine. Oh, a bad dream. Why did I dream about the worst possible outcome?
Senpai?
Is this like way, way back, like when we first had that whole thing happen with me losing my arm in the forest? The wind feels good. The porch is filled with light, and walking here lightens my heart. My body feels light as a feather. Maybe I lost some weight while I slept. To be honest, I'm on the heavier side, and I'm fighting against the scale every night. But it's never done any good, and if Senpai says something like,
さくら、割と気痩せするタイプだったんだ。
I'll faint, so it'd be great if I could lose some weight.
Senpai?
I feel amazingly refreshed, and the world looks so different just by walking around. My body's so light. The air tastes good. My heartbeat feels so warm. It's a feeling of freedom, as if the poisons in me were taken out. The worm grandfather implanted within me, the black mud entangling my heart. The dream stuck in my mind, everything disappeared, and...
ねえ、先輩。
There's no one here. The hallway is quiet.
先輩。
Is he actually not here? Did she just...
先輩。
But she said that they were together last night. There's no one here. Warm sunlight. Maybe this is a dream? Like she's dreaming that he's still around?
先輩。先輩。あ、もしかして、かくれんぼですか?
There's no one here. A cool breeze.
あれ、おかしいな。
So this is the aftermath because she's saying like she feels lighter. The black mud's gone. The worm is gone. No way. It's impossible for nobody to be here because that was just a bad dream. Tosaka made it out at least, I hope. But the last time I saw him, his body was breaking apart. Oh, okay.
違う。嘘。嘘ですよね、先輩。
Yes, it has to be a lie. A body that wasn't human. There's no way he can move with that body, so he should be waiting for me somewhere around here.
先輩。先輩。
But the date I saw in the living room was 10 days since the event, the end of February. I don't know if this is such a good life for her. He did say that she has to deal with the consequences of killing all those people. At least she has Tosaka, I hope. I fall to my knees. I understand everything now. No, I knew it the moment I woke up, but I pretended not to notice.
やだ。出てきて。出てきてください、先輩。私だけ。私だけなんてできない。先輩。先輩と一緒じゃないとダメなんです。先輩。先輩。先輩。
God, there's a drinking game. Take a shot every time, like during Sakura's this route, she says senpai. My mind whites out. I feel like I'm about to break, but I can't. All I can do is cry. That's all. I'm a coward and a crybaby, and I don't know how else to make up for it, so I can't even appreciate the fact that I'm alive. That's the end of the long winter. I'm freed from the chains that bound me for 11 years, but I lost my only guide. I can't believe Shirou actually died in this one. Wow. I mean, I can. But that's what the true end is going to be for, right? He'll be able to make it out. Everyone will be able to make it out.
すごく強情なんだな、桜は。正直甘く見てた。
The boy bluntly said this, an amazed expression and a deep sigh. She was prepared for that. The girl associated herself with the boy knowing she was going to be hated. But somewhere in her mind was a thought she didn't want to be hated by the boy, and at the same time...
その前にやり直さないと。桜に世話をかけるんだから、俺の方からお願いしなくちゃダメだ。よろしくな、桜。怪我が治るまで手伝いをしてもらうぞ。
As she watched him cough to hide his embarrassment, she wanted to value that thought. It's spring.
ようやく一段落ついたわね、桜。
Well, maybe the two of them can go see the cherry blossoms instead.
教会の調査も終わったし、綺麗な後釜はいい人だし、私たちはお咎めなしだし。
At least she's got Tosaka.
これ、一応ハッピーエンドじゃない?
Naesan's strong. She was more sad than I was, but she got her energy back as spring arrived.
ところでさ、桜、私の家に来ない?まとう手を引き払うなら、うちに来た方が何かと楽でしょ。
I appreciate her concern. I've always dreamed of being able to live with Naesan in her house. I can't bear spending the night by myself, and I don't know what'll happen to me after Naesan goes home today. But that's why it's even more important to grow up.
そっか。桜は一人でやっていくのね。 じゃあ無理には誘わないわ。卒業するまではうちにいるから、休日くらいは遊びに来なさい。
Before heading home, Nason tells me she'll be waiting for my visit. It must have been caught in her hair when she came here. A pink flower petal flutters through the air.
もしかしてさくら、料理するの初めてか？
It wasn't true, but I wasn't skilled enough to say I was good at it. I read a lot of books before I came here, and I'd had my share of cooking classes. But I was really, really scared of having someone eat something I'd made.
そういうことはないです。簡単なお料理くらいはできます。
いや、そうじゃなくてだな。まあ、習うより慣れろか。よし、基本から入ろう。はい、暑いから覚悟してな。
The basics turned out to be rice balls. We made them together. I thought he was making fun of me. I sulked a bit, but when I looked up, I saw he was serious, and I couldn't get mad at him. And
じゃ、交換。俺のあげるから、さくらのおにぎりをいただきます。
he ate the rice balls I just made. He ate something I made and thanked me for the meal. I don't know what he wanted to teach me, but I felt less awkward starting the next day, and I wanted him to eat my meals again. It's spring.
本当にいいの、さくらちゃん。さくらちゃんが管理人になってくれるのは助かるけど、
I got much more money than I expected when I sold the mansion. It's more than enough to maintain this house. I went and asked Fujimura-sensei's father to give me the right to the land, making sure I can keep the house.
そこまで思ってくれるのは嬉しいけど。ねえ、さくらちゃん。シロはもう帰って。
I just shake my head. Fujimura-sensei
わかっ
shrugs.
た。この家はあなたに任せるわ。
How do they explain Shiro's death is what I want to know. And leaves the house with a motherly smile. So I guess this is her way of like trying to atone for what she did. She needs to learn to be independent and grow up. I recall a painful memory.
さくら、このゴタゴタが終わったら、どこか遠くに行こう。
Yeah, this was the thing about seeing the cherry blossoms.
今までどこかに遊びに行くとかなかっただろ？たまには遠出して騒ぐのもいい。
In dead seriousness, he said that there's somewhere we can't go if we put our, or sorry, nowhere we can't go if we put our minds to it. I smiled, since he was so pure.
よし、じゃあ約束だ。さくらの体が治って、このゴタゴタが終わったら。
That's where we're gonna get in the true end. We are. He's gonna survive. They're gonna go see the cherry blossoms, right? The promise is... It's spring. I think I haven't seen someone for a while now. It's painful to be alone. My memories keep looping in my head, and I want to turn the power off. It's fortunate that I don't miss people, but then why?
当然だろう。奪ったからには責任を果たせ、さくら。
Yes, I have to do something. It's painful to be by myself or to be with others, but I have to do something I can. Or I have something to... Oh, sorry, I totally screwed that up. But I don't know how I can atone. I can't think of anything I can do for others. So this will be for myself. I'll grow one flower every year for the promised day. It's spring. I'm getting used to being alone, and it's getting fun to be with others, but it's still scary. Talking to someone makes it feel like the whole world is condemning me as punishment.
けど守る。これからさくらに問われるすべてのことからさくらを守るよ。たとえそれが偽善でも、好きな相手を守り通すことをずっと理想に生きてきたんだから。
He's really selfish. I think it's the worst when he says whatever he wants and doesn't actually protect me. So I'm not going to forgive him. I'm going to tell him a lot of selfish things to bother him. But I'll forgive him. He says it's hypocrisy, but his words alone calm me down so much. He's irresponsible, but I love him, and he loves me. It's spring. It's spring. Oh gosh, what's happening here? It's spring. Oh, the flowers dying. Oh, no, more flowers, right? Okay, so it's each year, so the years are just going by the flowers. I was afraid the flowers down there were starting to droop. I was like, oh no, they're dying. No one comes here. I'm not sad, but I'm waiting so calmly for the spring I sometimes doubt my sanity. I'm not sad because I have certainty. I believe I'll be compensated for all my pains. But there's one worry.
遅いな、先輩。
Oh gosh.
これじゃ私、
I hope she's
おば
not
あちゃん
just...
になっちゃいますよ。
I hope she's taking care of herself. I hope I can be healthy until that day. It's spring. I haven't been able to move my body to my satisfaction recently. I go out to the yard and sprinkle water like always.
先生、手伝いに来ましたよ。
Oh, my student comes. A student came and asked for instructions even though I taught myself and don't have much skill. But Tosaka's new heir is a good girl, just like Nason. Wow, I was hoping there was at least going to be a point where she was going to get together with Tosaka and we would get to see it. The lights are scattered. I sit in my usual rocking chair and stare at the yard.
ああ、先生、寝ないでくださいね。終わったら昔の話聞かせてもらうんですから。
That's something that's fun for me too. I can only recall words now, but words become stories, repeating the good old days.
笑った。私、先生の笑顔好きだな。うちの強欲ばあさんと違ってすごい美人なんだもの。
The sun's warm, and time passes by gently, and sometimes like torture. I keep planting seeds for the promised day. Flowers of redemption. I'll wait for spring here until I'm absolved. Oh, look at them. She planted all those trees weren't there before, were they? And you could see them flowing into the house. It's spring again. The years are as long as a blink of an eye. I close my eyes and open them. The hill is covered with cherry blossoms. The boy, appearing just like he was before, is waving his hand on the familiar hill road. So that was her, I guess, like, that's her passing, right? And then she got to see Shirou after she passed. Not sure how I feel about that ending, but then again, that's not the true ending we're going for. We're going to be going for the true end, and I assume that one's going to be more satisfying. That's the one where Shirou is going to make it, and she doesn't have to bring the cherry blossoms to herself. She's going to go with him to see them. But it was, it was a good ending. But yeah, and to have Shirou actually die in that one was like, whoa, because it feels like that guy never dies. And her to take his words to heart and like try and atone and take on a student. Did not see that coming. Okay, so that is at least the normal ending, which means that the next episode will be the finale, guys. We are going to be wrapping up Fate Stay Night next week. So I want to get ahead of that, and because I have to figure out what game I'm going to be playing, because this is a big playthrough. So I want to like know ahead of time what to play next. And there's a couple of visual novels that I am considering as my next playthrough. But I'm gonna need your guys' help to determine which one I'm gonna be playing next. So I'm going to be opening up a poll, and actually it's already gonna be up as of when this episode is out. So please go to my YouTube community page. The poll will be there. I will try and have a link down below so you can go there and you guys can vote for which visual novel I'm gonna be playing after Fate Stay Night is over next week. But yes, I am excited. I'm sad. I'm sad that this is going to be coming to an end. I really do love this game. But yes, we're going to be getting the true ending and finishing it up next week. So hopefully you guys are excited for that. Thank you for watching. And stay tuned for the finale next week. And please head on over and vote in that poll to see what I'm going to be playing after this. All right, guys. Thank you so much. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Special shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Revealing Storm, Lynn's VA, Kenju Storm, and iCognito.